This video is why you must live like it's the 90s, and please just give me like 7 minutes of your time. Just even if you get bored, like keep the video playing while you go to Snapchat and text your friends or something. I promise you this video might genuinely change the way that you just think in overall life, okay? 90s was a great time. I would argue it was the peak of people loving each other and being happy overall. I would argue in the decades before, there was a lot of bigotry and discrimination and other negative things that bring those times lower than the 90s. And in the decades after, like now, there's been a big disconnect and a lack of community and socializing due to technology. So that's why 90s is peak. On top of that, you could buy a house for super cheap. Everything back then was way more affordable. Like, for example, the house that I'm in right now, my parents' house, they built this house in 2001. It cost them $192,000. Mind you, this is a nice suburban neighborhood. It's right on the lake. Like, some of my neighbors literally have docks, like, with their boats parked outside. It's a 2-story house, 4 bedrooms, a nice brand new suburban house, $190K. You know how easy it was to get that? I don't know the exact value now, but it's more than double that now. I know that for sure, okay? And another example I'm gonna give is, I remember one of my dad's coworkers, he's an engineer, offered to sell him his house back in 08, 010, or 08, 10, something around that time whenever the economy was doing bad. And it was in a nice gated community with a golf course and everything, a much better house than this house, for $190K. Back then, like, to afford that house, you needed to make about $70K a year. That exact same house now is worth $700K. From $190 to $700K. I remember when it was $190K. I'm 21 and I remember that in my lifetime, okay? The prices of things, it's unfair and it's completely up, okay? So that's why now kind of sucks, okay? So how do you live like it's the 90s? It's not like I can just be like, yo, let me get that mansion for $190K, okay? So what can you do about this? Number one, you can't let technology rule and ruin you, okay? Say no to brain rot and make sure you pick up low dopamine hobbies, okay? Reading, practicing an instrument, a puzzle, the gym, okay? Like, I will put up my list of examples that I have here, okay? And then also in activities like showering, using the bathroom, brushing your teeth, like, lower the dopamine level on that. For example, I used to shower, I could only shower with music on. I used to only be able to brush my teeth with a podcast on. I'd be on my phone whenever I'm taking a poo, okay? Like, get to the point to where you don't need to do these things. People don't spend enough time thinking to themselves because there's always a distraction. Humans were meant to be able to get bored, and that doesn't happen anymore, and that's not good for your mental health, okay? So just start there, start small. I'm not saying delete all your social medias yet, although that might be beneficial, except for YouTube, because you gotta watch me, right? Okay? Number two, the second thing you can do is to get your friends on board or just get new ones. So I remember I was studying at Starbucks for an exam about 3 weeks ago, and I was so impressed. I was outside, and the table in front of me it was 5 guys. They were yapping. They were yapping there before I got there. I studied for 2 hours. They were still yapping after I got there. I only saw one of them touch his phone the entire time they were there. They just yapped the entire time. When me and my friends hang out, we all come to my living room in my apartment, and everyone's just scrolling reels while also talking, and there's a YouTube video going on in the background. It's like the most brain rot thing ever, and like we communicate through sending each other reels while we're in the same room as each other. This is not how humans were meant to be. Being this addicted to your phone lowers your mental health, it lowers your energy, it lowers your potential. I promise you, live like it was the 90s, okay? Technology is okay, like you can have your laptop and do your thing, but it's when you're on your phone and you're having this like fast dopamine and you're worried about what Heather in Argentina is posting, or you feel bad because Tommy looks way better than you, he's been hitting the gym, bro, from, you know, across the world. You know, you're focusing on the wrong things. When you waste so much energy on social media and BS that does not matter, you don't put that same energy towards working on yourself. It just makes you worse and it lowers your mental health. The key phrase I'm going to keep saying here, okay? So I bring up that Starbucks example in general just to say that you want to socialize and do things in real life with people face to face, not just online, and that's what's good. That's what's going to make you feel better. That's what humans were designed to do. There's like a ginormous like mental health crisis with people being depressed and people not having friends. A lot of people now, how many genuine close friends that you can tell anything do you have? And the number that they say is way less than back then, and that harms people, okay? So you can do whatever you want. Like, you can be at the bar hanging out with them. Like, drinking is not the best thing for you, but at least you are socializing. And you know, one of the most important things in this world is like knowing people. For example, I went to this career fair, and the career fair at my school, it's like notorious for like basically nobody gets an internship. And one of my friends, she didn't get an internship, and then she went to the bar a day later, and the guy that talked to her there was there, and she beat him at billiards, and he was like, bro, you got a job guaranteed now at, I'm not gonna say the company, but it's a company you know. And it's just a prime example of how like knowing people is so good. Like for example, with my internship, it was a very similar situation. I went to 3 career fairs, I got 0 internships after all of my interviews, and then I end up getting one that I'm working this next semester, and it's basically because I know one of the guys who works there. That's just how it is, you know. And I only know that guy because, you know, I was down to hang out. I was down, we caught a lift together, we caught up, and we became friends again. We like went to the same high school, my first high school, so this is like pre-COVID, you know, and we reconnected. And now this company, like, I have the potential to maybe go up there even after college and like work a higher level position. This might change my life, you know. I might go to another company, you never know. I'm getting way ahead of myself, but you get the point. Interacting with people, socializing, it's so important for that sort of reason as well. Remember, your mental health will thank you. Now, the third and final way on how you can live your life like it's the 90s, it's a bit more controversial, but I think it's important, and that is to be obsessed with being rich. Not because you need a Bentley, but because you want to grocery shop without checking the prices. If you want to live like it's the 90s, other than technology, the biggest impact that we have on our lives is inflation, and the cost of living is absurd nowadays. So you have no choice but to be rich, okay? Like, humans were not meant to work 50 hours a week until they're 65. If they're lucky, then they can retire. We were not meant for that. Your life is worth more than that, which is why I'm always preaching, like, everyone should have their side hustle, their business. For me, it's my YouTube channel, it's whatever it is. Something that gives you that ability to hopefully one day escape the rat race and to not have to work for someone else. And even if you're like, want to donate your money, or if you want to travel the world, whatever it is, help your family out, your life will thank you and be so much better because of this. And then you get that freedom to live life like it's the 90s, because back in the 90s, they didn't have to work 50 hours a week to live in some shithole of a bungalow. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hope anything in this video impacted you. Leave a comment, please. I'm not even asking for a like or subscription. Just leave a comment, please.